Hello, Supercars in seconds here. Today I thought we'd have a bit of fun with four amazing cars that are just behind me here. Without really glancing at them, you might notice something different. They're all incredibly powerful, beautiful sports cars, but they have a different amount of cylinders. They're created in a completely different way. So starting with the Porsche GT3 RS is a 991.2, so 4-litre, 6-cylinder, flat 6. Here, a 4-litre also, but an 8-cylinder twin turbo. Going up then to a 5.2 litre engine with 10 cylinders. Finally, another 5.2 with 12 cylinders. So we're going 6, 8, 10, and 12 as far as cylinders. We're going to listen to their sound. We're going to drive each one very quickly through Batman's corner and just see the different personalities that you get going from, for example, 6 as a racing car to 12 cylinder as a luxury gentleman's car and all points in between. Let's have some fun. So as far as the exhaust exit, you see this beautiful, this is an aftermarket system on this particular one. Of course, the engine's right there, so it's not a very long exhaust, just down the side of each way. Twin pipes here on 720. Of course, they work in conjunction with the diffuser underneath and the wing on top. So this blows and creates a little space for high-speed stability on the exhausts there. The Audi, one of the better sounds on the road, I think. It is amazing that with those big 10 cylinders, the big flat exhausts, just huge coming out each side in the black finish. And then the Aston Martin, the more, I suppose, gentleman's cruiser of these four cars with a single pipe just each side for the V12. All right, so we're going to cruise down in each car, starting with this big V12, and we'll see what she's like on a normal road, and we'll flip it around and come banging back down into Batman's corner that we're going through right now at a slightly higher speed. Nice to hear the sound. It's that brrr, like a rattle to the V12. Tearing fabric is a sort of sound that you get out of a V12 at high revs, and it is rather nice. Redline at 7,000 RPM in this car, so it really sounds rather nice. All right, let's give it a whack here. We're in second gear. Let's just boot it. Faster than you think. Coming into Batman's corner, nice and flat. Again, it's a big car, so you're expecting it to lean and wallow around, and it just simply doesn't. All right, let's hit it. Yeah, it feels like 630 horsepower, that's for sure. Big number there. All right, I'm gonna hit the brakes really hard. Let's see how she does. Yeah, excellent. Very much a Grand Tourer, but with a wild side. It really makes for a fabulous car. Let's take out the 10-cylinder. All right, let's do the same in the Audi now. We'll do that same little route down, loop around, and come back hard. I've got it in performance, manual sport mode, basically. The camera's a bit wobbly, but that's all right. Immediately a much more of a sort of racing car type feel. Of course, the engine's gone from in front of me now to right behind the seats here, mid-engine from front engine and the Aston Martin. You can feel it's a big engine. You can feel that sort of heft back there of that big motor. You've got to rev it out. Over 8,000, 8,500 is the red line in the car. And you've got to drive it hard. So we're in the first gear here. Let's just take off and have some fun. Down into Batman's corner. Good Lord. Hitting the brakes this time. We didn't have to in the Aston. Wow, yeah, different gravy. This is all-wheel drive now, and it just pulls out of there like a missile. Impressive. Yeah, different car here. Let's try these great big brakes. Oof, very good, yeah. It's like the volume has been turned up on my senses from the Aston Martin big Grand Tourer to this very much a sports car. It is incredibly sharp. Steering's a bit light. I'd like it to be a bit heavier, but that's okay. Good brake feel and amazing power. The turbocharged 12-cylinder actually felt similar to this naturally aspirated, sort of a gradual push of torque as the revs build. another amazing car. We've tried 12, this is 10, now let's try 8 cylinders. Okay, now 720S. I might be a little biased, of course, as I've spent a little time in 720. Again, I'm driving it in track mode, suspension track, powertrain track, ready to go. I've got the traction control on 100% in all the cars today, not my cars. Lighter on its feet. You can just feel this car's lighter. As I wiggle the wheel, it changes direction faster, it really does. It's very interesting. The dashboard feels much further away in this car than it felt in the Audi. It was kind of almost up against me in the Audi. I think the Audi seat was more comfortable, but I actually feel more comfortable in my, as far as a driving position. Visibility in the McLarens is obviously tough to beat. The driving position is just perfect. You really can move the wheel right out to here. You can move it up and down. You can really get just comfortable for whatever style of driving you have. By the way, the Audi was a convertible. This is a Spider, again, convertible. I'm driving them with the roof up because the other two are coupes. Not really fair because, of course, with the sound, with that little button there, puts the window down behind my head, you're going to get more sound. But it's nice to experience them as sort of more like coupes. All right, let's wake up 720S and see how we do. Yeah, turbocharging does change things a little bit in a very light car. Balance, incredible, of course. Man. All right, let's try these big ceramics. The wing is standing up on the back. Yeah. As magnificent as the Audi is, this has just gone to another level of performance. You can tell I'm not flexing its limits, you know? It's like I'm not pushing the car. That's kind of fun. The limit's incredibly high. Frankly, it makes you look like you're some kind of rock star driver. Those brakes, unbelievable. You have to push the pedal very hard in a McLaren. They were trying to simulate the feeling of a steel rotor, but of course with the carbon ceramics. Very weird that the harder I push it, the more braking I get. I wasn't getting that in the Audi. Sort of braked very hard immediately, but then that reached a limit. This doesn't seem to reach a limit. A fascinating car. 8-cylinder twin turbo, very much the supercar of the three so far. Let's try the crazy track car now with the 6-cylinder Porsche. Okay, GT3 RS. This is again 991.2, so it goes from the 3.8 to the 4 litre. So when you get the RS, the Ren Sport car, there's no sort of Sport and Sport Plus. They're assuming you've bought the RS, you're insane, and you want to, have a lot of track time and an incredibly engaging experience. So you're not going to have the sort of comforts and luxuries that perhaps a 911 Turbo S might have. Transmission, the PDK. I've got it in PDK Sport. I got the exhaust open. This is actually an aftermarket exhaust on this particular car, but it really is an incredible machine. 520 horsepower, and actually low down it doesn't have that much, but once you get it up around 5,500, 6,000, up to 9,000, I'm going to say that again, 9,000 RPM, which we're going to get close to touching today, it is intoxicating. The sound is incredible. It's hyper engaging, super sensitive steering, very much a track car. So we've gone from the Aston Martin, that ultra luxury sort of big coupe with a massive power, into the Audi, more of a Grand Tourer that's also a great sports car, into the true supercar with the McLaren, and now the track car. This is a track car that can go on the road. That's a different way of saying it. It's not a road car that's good on track. This is a track car that can go on the road. So let's have some fun. All right, here we go. It rotates is absolutely fabulous. Steering, I can really be pinpoint with the steering. All right, here we go. 9 grand. All right, let's tie these big brakes. Oof, there's that transmission coming down, following me down. Again, because of the way the software is set up, as I was braking there, the transmission was bringing it down to keep me in the power band. ratio. Downshift's incredible. You get a nice bark out the back. This couldn't be more opposite than the Aston Martin. The Aston Martin, a magnificent sports car with long sweeping bends, just elegant, you know, sort of thing you'd take to Italy and have some fun. This is, again, very much a track car. It follows my responses incredibly well. Here, it was just about 8,000 and another 1,000 still to go. Feels like you're going to smash the engine. What a sound. Down the gears. So the second I touch the pedal again, it's down the gear. This has been fun to experience these 4 different cars. They're so different in their personalities. The sound of this one, of course, is crazy. This is the best sounding car, I think, one of the better sounding engines, I think, of the last decade, maybe of all time. It is an amazing machine. The McLaren's performance at another zip code is not close. The straight line speed in that big McLaren is just nuts. The balance and cornering is just incredible. I guess this is more of a competitor to the LT McLarens, you know, as opposed to the regular cars, but this is a fun one. The Audi, beautifully made. The quality of that car, everything about it is just first class quality, and an amazing soundtrack from that big V10. Which one would I take home? That's not an easy answer. It depends what you're doing. Like, do you live down some amazing back roads with some you know, fabulous weather in the south of France? You buy either of the convertibles, the McLaren or the big Audi. If you live in a colder climate, that big Aston Martin, about as good as it gets. This thing is a track toy that is the most fun you can have with your trousers on, I think. The sound of this car, and against the sensitivity of the throttle, I'm in about 4,000 revs here, just touch it, 7,000 revs immediately like that. It is completely incredible. Well, thanks for watching, you guys. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel if you don't mind. This big GT3 RS has about 3/4 of a tank of gas. I'm on some back roads here without much traffic around me. I've got that big wing on the back filling my mirror. You think I'm taking it back? Unbelievable sound. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.